Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you a video today to talk about the entire Mitre line of soccer balls, or at least the majority of it, I should say. Mitre was nice enough to send out a lot of their soccer balls to me for review, and I'm really excited to try these out. Mitre is not a brand that is particularly common, especially in North America, but I know in the UK and as well as in Europe, it's definitely a lot more popular and a lot more common. But as far as these balls go, I have some high-end ones, I have some low-end ones, and what really makes them interesting is that they all have some unique designs about them as well as interesting performance features, not to mention that every single ball that they sent me is very well priced at both the high-end and low-end level. So without further ado, let's get into each individual soccer ball. The first ball that I have for you today is the Mitre Delta V12. Now this is their current top-end match ball. You can find this ball being used in some of the lower professional leagues in England, basically most of the leagues that are under the Premier League, and overall it's definitely a very, very unique soccer ball, and I'm very excited to use this guy out. Mitre claims this as the most advanced FIFA approved soccer ball ever made, and I would assume most big brands would make that same claim, but this one definitely seems to be particularly unique. You can see that the panel shape is very odd. It comes across to me as like a T shape, and there's only 12 of panels on the ball to make up the entire thing, which gives it a very kind of unique feel. It's very balanced, it's perfectly round. Of course, it is FIFA approved and it is hand stitched as well. In terms of weight, I would say it's a little bit heavier than your average match ball, and Mitre claims that this ball will remain on a steady flight path at speeds over 70 miles per hour. So it's supposed to remain stable in the air, and like I said, I'm very curious to test it out. It's not supposed to bobble around, and because of its slightly above average weight, especially in hand, I would assume that it should stay pretty steady when striking through the ball. In terms of the paneling on the outside, it's very unique in that it comes across as like a synthetic leather material. You can see it does have a leather grain about it, and it's very, very soft. It's a Clarino material, which is essentially a synthetic leather, and again, it just has a slightly softer feel than your average official match ball. This guy retails for anywhere between $100 and $120, which is expensive for a soccer ball, but on the lower end of prices as far as what you're going to get in terms of prices from Nike and Adidas. So for an official match ball that's used in a professional league in England, this is definitely a well-priced soccer ball, and again, I'm very curious to see how it's going to perform. The next ball that I have for you is the Mitre Ultimax. Now, just like the Delta V12, this is a top-end FIFA-approved match ball. It has a retail price of $90 US, so it is a little bit cheaper. But what's interesting about this ball is that it's a design from 1994. So this is kind of a classic official match ball from Mitre that they've continued to produce over the years. Again, making me very curious to try this out. It has a very interesting 26-panel design. It has the appearance almost of a volleyball. That's the impression I think most people would have about these panels. It's all stitched. It has a fairly old school feeling, kind of synthetic leather paneling on the outside. There's not a ton of padding to it. Overall, though, it feels very, very balanced, and kind of the bragging rights that Mitre has about the Ultimax ball is that it's the first ball ever to be recorded at 100 miles an hour in terms of a flight speed, which is pretty impressive and an incredible speed for any soccer ball from 1994 to have achieved. So again, very interesting that Mitre has essentially their own version of the Adidas Tango, and again, I'm very curious to try this one out. The next ball that I have for you is particularly attractive if you're looking for a low-cost FIFA-approved option. It is the Mitre Monde V12. It's a takedown model to, of course, the top-end Delta V12, and it retails for only $35 US, and of course is FIFA-approved, which is pretty much unheard of. I've never seen or held a soccer ball that was that cheap and, of course, FIFA-approved, meaning that if they did want to use this in an official professional game, sanctioned under FIFA, they could do so because it does have that FIFA approved stamping on there. As far as the design itself, it does have that 12 panel design, just like the top end Delta V12 would. It doesn't have the same paneling on the outside. It still is stitched, as you guys can see. There's no bonding or anything like that, and the paneling on the outside is a little bit more traditional. It's a synthetic leather material with not too much padding to it, so it should have a fairly responsive and fairly kind of sturdy feel to it, I should say. And as far as weight goes, it's very similar in weight to that top-end Delta V12 as well, being slightly above average in comparison to other soccer balls. So again, for $35, this is really the only option you have for a FIFA-approved match ball. The next ball I have for you is called the Mitre Ultimatch, and this is, again, a takedown to the Ultimax model featuring that classic 1994 26 panel design, and obviously if it's been around for that long and Mitre has been continuing to produce this particular design, it must be good. This ball is not FIFA approved, but retails for only $25 to $30 depending on where you get it, and it's designed to not only be very durable and provide good performance on both natural grass as well as artificial grass playing surfaces, but it's also designed to have a slightly more forgiving feel. So anybody who's gone from using a cheaper ball to using a high-end match ball, you'll find that the transition is that the match ball feels a little bit too hard. This is designed to not have that hard feel, and the synthetic leather layering on the outside is a little bit more forgiving than what you're going to find on some of the more high-end balls. So if you're somebody that doesn't like a particularly firm ball but still wants something that's good quality and has a good flight speed about it, the Ultimatch definitely appears to be a really solid option at the $25 price point. The final ball that I have for you is actually a futsal ball from Mitre. It's called the Tempest, and it retails at only $20 US, which is really affordable for any soccer ball, period, not to mention a futsal ball, which tends to be a little bit more pricey in comparison to a regular soccer ball. Now, it's nothing too fancy here. It's a 32 panel design, very traditional, all stitched up, and it features a slightly softer feel than your average futsal ball. Anybody that's used a futsal ball knows that they can be a little bit hard. It is a size 4, which is pretty much standard for futsal. And what's different about a futsal ball in comparison to a regular soccer ball is that when you're playing on a hard indoor court surface, a regular soccer ball will really bounce around a lot, whereas a futsal ball won't bounce nearly as much, and you'll have a much more enjoyable and easy to control playing experience, I guess you should say. So for $20, the Mitre Tempest definitely seems to be a really solid option if you are looking for a futsal ball. Alright guys, that's it for my quick overview of the Mitre soccer ball lineup from high-end to low-end. This brand definitely seems to be producing some high-quality soccer balls, and I'm very curious to see how both the Delta V12 and Ultimax options perform out there on the field. And of course, options like the Monde V12 definitely seem to be really solid, especially considering you have a FIFA-approved match ball for only $35, which is pretty incredible in comparison to everything else out there on the market. So look out for these balls to be used in some of my upcoming free kick and playtest videos. And if I get around to it and I get some decent weather during the winter, I probably will do a review for the Mitre Delta V12. So look out for that in the next couple of months. But other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions regarding any of these Mitre soccer balls, be sure to leave a comment down below. And if you're interested in purchasing any of these soccer balls, I will have links to all of the review pages on my website, soccerreviewsforyou.com, down below in the description. If you did enjoy today's video, be sure to support the video with a like. And other than that, guys, subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information down below in the description. And other than that, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.